one thing that a lot of these red pills say, oh, get rich, well, that's really easy for them to say. We're not all going to be able to just get rich. And even if we did, what type of woman would we get who wants us just for that? Go ahead, Steve.
So I got to tell you, my bills, I mean, I have a job, my bills are paid, but I don't have a lot of disposable income,
Right.
especially because of the recent events in my life. All my housing expense went up, so it's even worse. This particular woman, one of the things I liked about her was she was practical. We would talk about, oh, we'll work together, this and that. But even then, even her, money always comes up, every single one of them. I've
Yeah.
had five long-term relationships, and there's been comments or discussions every single time. And it's as you said earlier, oh, yeah, we're liberal, we're feminists, yeah, burn the bra and girl power and this and that. But yeah, when it comes down to it, you don't want to reach in your pocket for a dime.
Women would
So
be,
if
yeah,
Quasimodo's ugly leper stepbrother could get laid if he had money.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
Really,
yeah.
it's
So
true.
one thing about the fat, old, ugly women is that and we have a broader sexual palette, so we can have sex with a lot of different women. They don't have to be supermodels to turn us on. And it's an outlet, these women are looking, sure, they'd love to have you, sure, they'd love to lock you down, but these 80% of women going for 20% of the guys, you know so what I found is that I'm actually in that 20% for the lower rung of those women. That's where I'm at. So I'm in the 80% for some women, but other women I'm not in the 80% for. So who am I in the 80% for? Well, a lot of fat, old, ugly women. I'm in that top 20%. If we're willing to not just, date people with average to less than average looks occasionally. We can get sex. That's not a problem. Also, you can go down to Tijuana, you can get sex, and you can actually get love from these women. They really love you. They fall in love with you. And the only reason they fall in love with you is either because you're good in bed and because they perceive you to be higher in sexual market value. But if 80% of women are going for 20% of the guys and you fall in that 20%, you don't have any really obligation to commit to them. That's their choice. They can look for the average looking guy, overweight guy with a mediocre job. They could do that if they wanted to actually find somebody. But and they're out for sex too. Don't forget that they want to play that you're using them for sex. But no, 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 they want sex, believe me. And a lot of these women will because if they marry a man for money, they're not mailing him. They're not. Here's my date for this afternoon. Um, if they're marrying a guy for money, they're not marrying him for sex, right? So where are they going to get their sex? Not from the guy who they're married to. If they go into a relationship with a guy because he has money, they're not going into that relationship because they want to have sex with him. And so that's why they end up with strippers and male prostitutes and having affairs and all the behind the scenes dark behavior that we're never really told about or not privy to that happens. So because hey, if you're not marrying a guy because you want to make love to him for the rest of your life and you're marrying him for money, you're going to get that sex that you want elsewhere. It could be come in the form of a book, it could come in the form of a stripper, it can come in many forms. So yeah. So we want women who want us, I think. And sometimes we don't want the women who want us, and the women we want don't want us. And that's sort of a nasty circle that we play in. But some of the things that we haven't talked about here is that sort of mindset, just before we get to the end, of these moral, I should be this way, our relationship should be that way. I shouldn't have only one sexual, I should be a one woman man, and the woman will shame you and into feeling that you should commit and you're just a player and all this stuff. And a lot of that stuff directs us into lives of sexual scarcity. The one guy at a time, train right. You know, if you're going one guy at a time, if you're going with that one guy at a time trade line, you're going to end up with sexual scarcity when that relationship ends. But if you're dating non-exclusively, you know, you're not going to end up with sexual scarcity. So, and you should know, I think you should know whether that woman is truly committed to you before you go into an exclusive relationship, not just an arrangement for sex, for exclusivity trade-off, you know. So I think that those are some of the takeaways. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us. We had a good showing today. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope people got out of it. Remember to register for next week or next month, excuse me. Remember to register for next month's program. Next month, sign up tinyurl.com/redpillmen. And I wish you all the best of luck in your endeavors. And even if you're not looking for a woman, I wish you best of luck in your endeavors. All right, see you guys next month. Have a
Thanks for, thank you.
You're welcome,
Good
Steve.
day.
Thank you, everyone. Bye now.